You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming and Study on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Winds of Change. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, we're up, and let's go. Which one are we on? There we go. Alrighty, y'all. Let's load. Alright.
Well, unfortunately, I'm past the point of subtlety. So, in the interest of time, I'll get right to it. The induction ceremony is henceforth cancelled.
Cancelled?
What? You can't be serious. You hype us all up and take it away? There better be an explanation for this.
Fortame is fuming with anger and very upset. I guess Milos is right. Plans have changed. But the timing, along with my vision, was odd.
What's going on here, Milos?
I'm afraid that's a very complicated answer. Let's back things up a few moments. Seeress, tell us about the vision you had.
I take a deep breath as we all sit down. That was the moment I told them everything. How Valenorth was destroyed by the Triumvirate. I told them about the blaze and the agony. How the man who led the attack had a mystical blade. Not only did it kill Ulrich, but it killed me as well. When I finished my story, I met with silence. They look amongst themselves, in shock and confusion. That's fine. It was a lot to process all at once. Everyone's like, ...
Just as I expected. It was only a matter of time before you saw it. That is, if the spirits truly cared about our protection.
Wait, slow down a minute. How do we know nothing was lost in translation? Remember how abstract visions are known to be?
I can confirm that an attack is imminent. Besides, Valessa, you know visions aren't like that. The spirits have gotten strong enough. That's no longer an issue.
But this can't be true.
It is. And unfortunately, it's just the start. But there are still some important matters at hand. Before I send you off, I'll tell you everything.
He smiles at each of us before taking a deep breath. I noticed large bags under his eyes, signs of unrest. He must have been living with this secret for a while.
I didn't want to tell you until you needed to know. I'm just lucky that this vision waited until I was ready. The Triumvirate wants to occupy Valenorth, as they did Mazeo. I know what you three lost in Mazeo, and I'm sorry, but what they plan to bring to Valenorth is far, far worse. Punishment for my father's involvement with the rebellion.
Just like that empty armor seemed to imply. So Valenorth did have some relation to the rebellion, and it wasn't just during Milos' short reign either.
We're supposed to be nonpartisan.
So, let me grab some more. I'm back, y'all. Alright.
Yeah, that's our whole deal. Why would your father do that to us?
I'll never forgive you, Milos. Your father is responsible for all of this? He betrayed Valenorth the moment he helped them.
Understandable, but this is not my fault. Surely you know about my father's disappearance. But have you heard the stories of the recent rebel victory?
Rebel victory?
The blade that the Seeress mentioned. It was taken from the Triumvirate. Without it, they are weak and vulnerable. But it was not an easy feat to accomplish. In their pursuit of the blade, many people died, including the leader of the rebellion itself. The new leader, Damek, sent it here for safekeeping. I hid it in the grand tree where no one would find it. I want you to take it and seek out Damek in Mazeo.
Hey, slow down. This makes sense to you, but it's all a blur to us. Your father was one of the men that died to get this blade?
Indeed he was, Fortem. The rebel leader's death,
Okay.
my father's disappearance, I'm afraid those are intricately connected.
You mean?
Yes, I do. My father didn't work with the rebellion. He created it. The first allegiance in Valenorth's entire history.
Whoa.
He formed an allegiance with insurgents in Mazeo. Together, they grew and created a large army, large enough to steal the Triumvirate's sacred blade.
I don't understand why he'd do that. We're fine on our own. We always have been.
Times are changing and leaving us behind. I'm afraid that Valenorth is a dying culture, Valessa. What I am about to tell you must not leave this room.
What is it?
You know of Salberg, right? How it houses the spirit idol of Valenorth.
Yes, of course. But it's been blocked off for a long time. I've never gone to see a spirit idol in person.
I'm afraid it might remain that way. Seeress, on the eve of your birth, it went dark. Valenorth is living unlimited spiritual energy.
There's no way I believe that, Milas. Our connection with the spirits is eternal.
I wish that were the case, Fortem. It pains me to say this, but it's true. You are the last Seeress we shall ever have.
Well, that is troubling.
Normally, the spirit idol chooses a child. That child is imparted with a surge of spiritual energy. When they pass away, it does the same to the next generation. But you, Seeress, it gave everything to you. Like the spirit realm is making one final push. I don't know why, but I have my theories.
It sounds like the spirits have given up on us. Perhaps we took their gift for granted and abused them. Without that idol and their energy, what will happen to us?
I expect that Valenorth will become like any other nation. We'll take history into our own hands, rather than act on guidance. It's not a bad thing, and I don't think the spirits gave up on us. In fact, I think it's the opposite. They're placing all of their hope on us, the Seeress, and that blade can save us all.
Back to that blade again? What does that have to do with all of this?
It's not an ordinary blade, as you've been told. In order to harness it, you need remarkable strength. Or, in other words, a vast amount of spiritual energy. Seeress, I think the spirits chose you to wield this blade. To take it, join the rebels in Mazeo, and defeat the Triumvirate. I know this is asking a lot of you, but we always follow their lead. Valenorth may be attacked, but we can rebuild from the ashes. Our true goal here should be the destruction of the Triumvirate. History should be in our hands, not in the hands of unjust gods.
Dot.
So that's why your father formed this alliance? To take control of our history in the spirit's absence? And to make sure the Triumvirate doesn't dictate our future?
He wanted to strengthen our bonds with outsiders as well. Without visions, we have to take things as they come. Foresight helped us out, but we won't always have it. What we do have, however, is the potential of the Seeress. I think that's why he sacrificed himself to get this blade. He knew that you'd be able to wield it and achieve liberation. Please, take the blade and flee to Mazeo. When the ceremony is supposed to start, I'll tell the people. They're all rounding up, so it'll be easy to evacuate.
Alright, that water is done.
We might be a bit behind, but we'll meet in Mazeo. There's lots to plan, and little time to plan it. We'll need new homes and blades for any volunteers. As far as I can tell, this is not up for debate. If you think it is, then consider it an order from your elder. Leave as soon as you are able, and we'll meet again soon.
He stands up and walks away. Moments later, he's back to his usual business. We exchange glances with one another, overwhelmed.
Listen, I'm gonna try and be the voice of reason here. Milas said a lot of stuff, and it could be true or false. But if an attack is coming, we should go either way. Especially if there's a weapon we can use. I think we should grab it from the Grand Tree first. Again, not siding with anyone here, just using logic.
Yeah, you're right. We do the same thing, even if Miles didn't tell us to. Find something to defend ourselves with, and leave Valinor. But he said the spirits gave you all their power? And they cut their influence from Valinor for good? This changes Alestia's entire history, not just our actions. I can't say I fully understand, but it makes sense. Miles' father foresaw all this and took action. I feel hatred, but at the same time, I feel hope.
Let's take this one step at a time, Valessa. We'll grab the weapon and make our way out of here. The rest can fall into place as we move on.
We nod and we stand up as well. With an attack on the way, we had to move. Milos would take care of evacuating everyone else. If we got the blade first, Sophie couldn't use it.
So, to the Grand Tree then? I'll try to maintain one modicum of sanity. It's not like our lives were just turned around.
I'm sure we'll manage as long as we're together. I'm not giving up on any of you. I promise. There's nothing we can't do if we all pitch in. Let's go to the Grand Tree and get that blade.
Let's get that sword! Okay. Okay, so we can have lots of conversation. Oh god, there's a lot of content in this area. Okay, let's click on everything first. Milos isn't using this desk, so I assume it's fair game. I push aside a few papers, looking for anything of note. A book of Solberg grabs my interest as he brought it up. Apparently the spirit idol there stopped giving off energy.
Valinorth's line of seers. The seers of Valinorth have helped guide our nation to a state of constant peace. Everyone in Valinorth lives a simple and happy life under the guidance of the spirit realm. There's only one seer or seeress per generation, and their birth is marked by a surge of energy emanating from our spirit idol located in Solberg. There's a rotation of guards who watch the idol when a birth is expected to take place. As there can only be one seer or seeress at any given time, and the spans of time without them are very small, we can accurately predict when another shall be given to us. With Valinorth's small population, it is very rare for multiple births to happen on one night. However, that is not the purpose of my writing. I wish to discuss what was observed on the night of the most recent generation. Typically, the spirit idol will have a burst of light and energy before returning to a dim state. However, with the latest birth, there was no dim state. Only darkness remained when the final seer was given to us. The implications that this has on the future of both Valinor and Alestia are too large to even fathom. We must simply take each day as it comes, knowing our dependence on the spirits will grow smaller and smaller. Now, we must come to rely on the rest of Alestia, instead of only ourselves. I will seek out potential partners in the future. The Elder of Valinor.
I had no idea that they were hiding such a secret. Valinor could run out of spiritual energy for good? The cold from Eastcrown could easily kill us off.
Orson, don't worry. It could be thousands of years before we run out. Besides, at this point, it's still conjecture.
Alright, well I found a book. What else is there? It's a mess underneath the desk as well. I guess Milos has more pressing matters on his mind. It must have been relieving to tell us all that he did. I examined the table, looking at the scattered pieces of paper. Milos is deep in his studies, and I'd really hate to bother him. I want to read some as well, so I try to grab something he's put aside.
On Valinorth's blood leaves. Though it doesn't look like it at first glance, Valinor is actually settled high atop the mountains of Alestia. Many believe that it is the spiritual energy that keeps our village and its surrounding areas warm. But the reach of this energy is not infinite, and it cannot affect the colder climate seen in Eastcrown. We don't venture into Eastcrown simply because our bodies would not be able to handle it. Either way, that is a separate story, and I wish to touch upon the blood leaves native to Valinor. At the very top of the grand tree, for an unknown reason, the leaves grow a crimson red. We have no explanation for this, though some people believe that these are the tears from the departed, trying to reach our physical realm. A superstition, to say the least. Every few years, a gale of cold wind comes from Eastcrown and assaults the canopy of Valinor. This causes many of the leaves to wilt and fall off. The wind carries these dead leaves on a journey through Alestia's skies, including the aforementioned blood leaves. The rest of the world sees the falling of the blood leaves as an omen, a portent of bad things to come. The sky being painted red with these leaves may look scary to some, but those who live in Valenorth see it as a natural event. The Elder of Valenorth.
Eastcrown is a pretty scary place. I've thought about going there, but I'm too scared. Apparently, it's cold enough to kill you in minutes.
Oh, so Alaska, okay.
The fall of the blood leaves is beautiful, though. I've seen it a couple of times since I was born. Not sure what other purpose Eastcrown serves.
Maybe Ukraine is what they mean? I know it gets extremely cold in Ukraine during the winter, and they did have that phenomena with after in Chernobyl. After Chernobyl happened, where large sections of forests just started producing red leaves due to some kind of genetic defect caused by the radiation in the area, and they had to, I think they had to chop down those trees and burn them so that the defect wouldn't spread to new leaves. It was interesting, called the Red Forests, I believe. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon, our YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!